Hello, everybody. This is Danny and Wanda from Deep South Homestead, and I'm already getting the red clicking down here, but we're back to green. Okay.
We're gonna try, guys.
We're gonna try. Our internet just keeps going in and out this evening with the weather.
It's not raining.
Not raining right now.
We don't have anything, but the internet is horrible. We've got a call in. That's one of our little peeves this week.
We had a not so friendly phone call with HughesNet, and they're not happy with us, and we really aren't happy with them.
Well, I have called them every 2 to 3 months for over a year because our internet went from reasonable to crap as soon as the contract ran out. And they tell me it's okay. Everything's working fine on their end. I said, I don't care about your end. My end's the end that ain't working. And so we had a little talk for, what, an hour?
We talked on the phone with them about an hour. Well, I don't know if you call it talked, but...
Yeah, I told them what I wanted done. And so we've got a technician supposed to come out Thursday, and then the technician calls yesterday and says, can we just come out early? I said, okay, come on out. If you want to come out today, come out today. Oh, but we can't come out today.
Then when he finally said he could come out, he goes, oh, I don't climb a ladder. I'll have to send somebody else.
I know.
I was like, oh my God.
I said, just no.
Just.
So our internet may go in and out. We may have a good live stream. We may not. So we're just going to go.
We'll just have to wait and see.
That's the beauty of living in the woods.
Yeah, when you live outside of civilization, and we live in the stick, not sticks, we're in the singular form. We're way out away from everybody and everything. You just have to take what you can get.
All internet services acting up last couple of months. Probably because everybody's on it. Everybody's at home. But ours has been doing this for a year.
I pretty much think since COVID thing happened that they're monitoring everything because they got everybody home where they can see what everybody's doing. And where do they go on the internet? Google is trying to build this new program. It's all a big mess.
Yeah. So
anyway.
Hello, everybody. Our internet may go in and out. If it does and we can't live stream, I'm sorry, but we'll do our best. That's the gist of it.
Yeah.
And if we ever get a HughesNet service guy out here that can do something, we might.
We don't string him up, you know.
Hey, 4 kids in the farm. The Sunflower Showdown. They did say they extended it. It's kind of
it's like COVID, so they extended it?
Yeah. Well,
oh, my word. No, come on.
It's like these, everybody gets a trophy.
Oh, everybody, okay.
That's what it is.
They don't want nobody to lose.
Because my sunflower was taller than everybody else's. We got to give everybody else a chance to catch up.
Give them a fair chance to catch up.
That's it.
Okay.
I mean, I'm laughing. No, it really is. They had a set time, but some of them sunflowers didn't get quite as tall as 11 foot, whatever I had. So we got to give them another week or 2 to catch up.
Is that really the rule?
They extended it. I don't know why.
They extended it.
I'm just picking.
Come on.
No, everybody gets a trophy.
You're either a winner or you're a loser. If we lose, we lose. But if we win, we win. You know what I mean? Come on. I thought more of these people than that.
No, Travis's sunflowers hasn't reached its full potential yet.
Well, that's not our fault.
And Wes's is about 4 foot tall. We got to give Wes about 2 months.
Wes is short anyway. I mean, it doesn't matter.
All of them are about.
They don't want a woman. They don't want a woman to beat them.
Well, technically, mine wasn't the super big sunflowers. Mine was hostile.
Yeah, but yours technically were supposed to no taller than 4 to 6 feet tall.
And they got to 11.
And they went to 11 foot because I put the magic stuff to them.
Y'all, he hadn't been putting the magic stuff to his because he's been building a pond.
I've been building ponds.
He's been building 2 ponds.
I've been building 2 ponds, really, and a deck. All because I'm trying to create an environment here of loving to be at home. You know?
Yes, I did. I was going to show these. This is from Jesse and Ashton. I had to read the names, remember who. But this goes to the cabin because they were asking, did I get it? And I was going to show it last weekend, but we didn't have a thing. So I hadn't taken them to the cabin so I could show them. This is a vinegar and olive oil things
it
to
could
match.
be, yeah, it
Well,
could
I
be
mean,
either
it could
one.
use,
You can use it for anything. But
well, both of them's in there.
It's an EVOO bottle, you know.
No, it's 2 bottles.
I know.
It could be both of them.
It could be them both, or it could be something totally different.
Yeah, but that's what they're for.
But that's what they're.
They go into the cabin because they are the orange to match my orange stuff that I got going on over there. We spent a night at the cabin. That's one of our good things here at the.
Once in a blue moon, we spend the night over there.
Yeah.
You know,
This is why we created the cabin. We wanted a haven here on our place.
We're a typical Southern family. You gotta admire this, people. Look at there. We have a bathtub and a sink on the front porch. We are a typical redneck Southern people.
Look, anybody wants a good.
If you want a good cast iron sink, please contact us and come get this thing.
We do not ship.
No, we're not going to ship it.
That thing weighs like 4 tons.
That thing is heavy. It's real cast iron.
Yeah. So, but we got to get
the stream tonight again. I forgot.
We don't even know what we're talking about.
Tangent.
We're making this our haven, though.
Yeah.
Danny and I wanted a place, to go to where we could just chill, because when we're here in the house, Danny and I both are working all the time, or he's sleeping. But
because I work.
So I told him we need a place, and we don't really take vacations. So we started talking about a cabin, and we talked about getting a place off somewhere, building a cabin, which meant we had to leave the homestead, go build. We had to leave the homestead to go to it. You had to do driving. He doesn't ride well. He has a lot of issues with riding. And he said, well, why don't I just put something small in the back that we can just go up there, because we can watch the deer. We can watch all our wildlife is in the back while this house is in the front.
Yeah.
And it went from a small, and actually it's not very big. It just looks big. It went from a small little, we're going to put a shed over there and fix it, to Danny's going to build it like $1 million houses he used to build.
Yeah, I used to build a lot of $1 million homes in my cabin. I got kind of happy when I built the cabin, and it ended up being more than what it was supposed to be.
And it's not finished, but we can go over there and we can lay down at night, and we both just fall out. I mean, we're out.
Sexy Granny's asking, did you get her letter?
I don't know. I got letters from some people. You would have to tell me, email me and tell me your name and what it came from. Because see, I won't know. I can't.
Yeah, we can't match names with personal names with YouTube names and emails and all that stuff. You just have to send us an email and give us.
We got 133,000 subscribers, so I can't tell each one of you's real name, your YouTube name, your Facebook name. Everybody's got different names all over the place, and I can't keep everybody straight. But yeah, I got some letters this week.
We got some letters this week. I just don't know if it's,
and last week,
just don't know if it's the one you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. But when we go to the cabin, we went this week. We went over there. We just shut everything down. Went over there and just by 6:37?
By about 7 or 7:30, we was out.
Both of us in the recliners asleep. I woke up 30 minutes later. I said, I'm going to bed. I was out. He came to bed 30, 40 more minutes later.
I woke up in the chair, and she wasn't there next to me, and I was like, okay, she has done gone to bed. So I went in there, and she was out like a light, had the ceiling fan on, and I'm like, you know what? That looks like a good thing to do. And I just crashed right beside her.
We just slept. And when we go over there, it's just a different type of sleep. It's a good rest. I mean,
yes.
Sometimes you
Deep South Homestead is becoming a resort. We have a pond in the back. We have a pond in the front now.
And that was
a cabin on the hill. And we have a massive set of trees that we're putting in trees everywhere.
Yeah,
people are fussing at us because we took our trees down. But we're actually adding more trees than we took down. And we're putting them where we want them at. And the kind of trees we want, not these just junk trees like gum trees and stuff.
Oh, I know who that is now. Yes, I got your letter. And I sent you one back. This is my friend from college.
Oh, yes.
I remember the name. Now, when you said that, it clicked a bell, and I'm going, I remember that name from somewhere. Where do I remember that name? But that was her name in college. That's what she was using.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Sexy Granny?
Yeah. Okay, Rachel.
Must be a decent looking woman. For her age.
You met Rachel? No.
No, I've never met Rachel. Well, I wasn't going to say her name, but
well, I mean, they don't know who she is.
Yeah,
so.
I've never met her. You never let me meet this woman.
Because she is a sexy granny.
You didn't want me to meet your sexy friends. Okay, I got it.
Well, you met some of my friends.
I met some of your friends. A few of them.
2 or 3.
2, 3.
4.
We're talking about living on a homestead here. We're not talking about this kind of stuff. You know?
Okay, so yes, Rachel, I got your letter, and I sent one back because our phone service is horrible too.
Yeah, it's really bad.
I can call and I can hear people, they can't hear us, so we can't even use our phone out here anymore. So it's just really bad. Yeah.
Well, anyway, we're we're adding on to the place here. We've got a few more things we're going to be doing. And who knows what we might do with Deep South Homestead. You know, that's one of the things. You never know. I have a master plan.
His mind works in long term. Really long term.
Really long term. I look at the long term goals, and I'm always financially oriented. So, you know, if I spend $1, I want 5 back in place of it.
And he wants to make every dollar count.
I want every dollar to count. I don't want to see $1 wasted.
I mean, we go to buy boards, and he's figured I need 6 boards. And then normal carpenters would say, give me 8 boards because of this, 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 and this. When he comes home, 6 boards, he has figured that he takes 1 board, cuts it in 2 pieces, it makes 2 over here, and he has it figured to the nth. Instead of ordering a whole bunch of 8-foot boards, he orders 16s because they're cheaper, and he cuts them in half, and he makes 2 boards, and y'all wouldn't know.
Yeah.
He looks like he has not enough anything, and it matches to the T. Comes out.
I have no waste.
No waste.
Yeah.
To the T, y'all. I'm telling you.
When I figure a project, I figure it down to the inch, and I don't have any waste.
Oh, somebody was saying who was fussed about taking down trees. We've had
our neighbors. No, well, our neighbors wasn't happy about it, but but I mean, it doesn't matter.
But then we had some people ask on YouTube why we took the trees down.
Yeah, we had several people on YouTube ask why we took them down.
And y'all.
We had a couple of tree huggers.
Yeah. If we're going to put in a pond, the ones in the back, there was 2 or 3 of them were bad. They were going to fall anyway. They needed to come down. There was one in the front that was bad, that really needed to come down.
It was rotten. A lot of it was rotten.
The only tree that I did not want to lose was our willow
tree. Yeah.
But Danny took cuttings off of it, and you've got them rooted. They're rooted, right?
Yeah, they're rooted, yeah.
Yeah, they're already rooted. And this willow tree grows so fast. I've been here 7 years. I think Danny found that tree the 2nd or 3rd year.
I was almost bush hogged it down.
Yeah, it was just a little switch.
Yeah.
And he happened to see it, and he stopped, and he says, I found a willow tree. He said, there's not very many here. And so we left it. He bush hogged around it. And in 4 to 5 years, it was a tall, big.
It's a 35, 40-foot tall tree in 4 or 5 years, yeah.
So we know.
That's because that holler, that dirt, that black gold is so rich.
So we're going to have our willow tree. Plus, I want weeping willows. I want at least 1 weeping willow on the pond somewhere. So we're going to have one of those eventually. We planted last year a whole bunch of oak trees.
A bunch of oak trees last year. I planted over $100 worth of them, yeah.
And then this year we've planted boo-koodles of fruit trees. I don't even know how many fruit trees we planted. Then we planted a lot of magnolias.
We did. I planted like 60 magnolias.
So, and we probably planted 40 or 50 fruit trees.
At least 40 to 50 fruit trees, yes.
So we may be taking down 8 trees?
Yeah.
But we have planted more. It's called managing your place, you know. So we put trees that we know we can use. So out of all the trees that came down, only one was one that we would have really salvaged if we could have. but it wasn't posted.
Yes, Philippians 2:19. Yeah, I got the email.
All right.
Yes,
so,
willow trees look very beautiful near water. Debbie's right. It looks really good.
But this one would have been in the middle of the pond.
It would have been, well, he couldn't have been left. There's
he
no
couldn't
way.
have left it because it would have been right where the dam is. So we had to have it. So we are going to do weeping willow.
Yeah.
A weeping willow. I don't know that we'll do a bunch. But
Yeah, we don't want to, I mean, you got to be careful around the edges of a pond. You put too many trees around the edge of it, it gets all weedy and snaky and stuff like that. I just like mine where I can.
Susan said boo coodles.
Yeah.
That's
a southern slang for a lot.
Boo coodles. That means a lot. I'm sorry, y'all. Oh, I'm tired today. Yesterday.
Poor kids in the farm says, where do you buy that many trees in bulk?
Well, the oak trees.
The oak trees came from a hunting site that I bought them off of a site where
they were little bitty trees.
They were about yay big, where's my hands at on him? About like that.
16, 18 inches.
About 16 inches tall. Yeah.
I think we got.
And then we got
30
like 30 or 40 from Gurney's, and then we got several from like 15 from Grower Solutions. I mean, we got trees from everywhere.
Then we bought some in town.
We bought some at a hardware store in town from Stewart Farms.
I think we bought 8 or 10 that
from
day.
Turner Farms.
Turner Farms, yeah.
Over in Alabama. Yeah, we bought probably 20 from them.
I do not have a corkscrew willow.
No.
Weeping willows have medicinal uses.
Yes, they do.
They do.
They also have. You can take a piece of willow and put it in some water, and you can use it as a rooting hormone.
Yeah, and so we've added a lot of trees to make it what we want. That's what we're talking about, a haven. Danny and I wanted to know that we had something to eat every day of the year on our place. There's something somewhere to eat. And last night we sat on the pier eating blackberries out of the
greenhouse. We had a whole
Those things were huge.
A big old handful of blackberries, and we sit there on the pier watching the frogs in the water.
Oh, I got to tell them about Mr. Froggy.
Okay, talk about Mr. Froggy.
Yo, if I'd have had my camera, it was a perfect picture. It would have been perfect video, really. We're sitting in the swing, and we have this walkway that goes down, and the pier goes off into the water, soon to be water anyway. And the water's just now reaching the base of the pier. And Daddy looks, and he says, look. And I turn around and look on the side by me, and this little frog is hopping on the pier. He just started hopping. And he hopped all the way to the end, and he did a belly flop. He just jumped off, flap, right into water. I died out laughing. So I named him Mr. Froggy. So we're going to try to catch the frog.
There's several reasons. Most of the trees we planted are heavy mast or acorn-bearing trees. Like the Chinese sawtooth oaks, swamp oaks. Lots of different oak trees we planted because the heavy acorn population will bring the wildlife in because wildlife is food for the homestead.
Mm-hmm.
And guys, let's just go ahead and be honest about it. I saw this coming over 2 years ago. That I knew that we were going to be locked down at home. Matter of fact, I put up videos on Patreon and then moved some of them over to YouTube about food shortages, food security. I did this a year and a half ago? At least a year and a half ago.
It's like February of
18 or 19. I don't remember.
19.
February of 19. I knew it was coming. I already had a heads up it was coming. And guys, I'm trying to get my homestead where we can stay here without having to leave. And we have everything we need here. Because come this fall and next year, look, Agenda 21, what is next year?
21.
It's 2021. They have agendas. They're going to force stuff down our throat. So I want Deep South Homestead to be where if we don't have to comply with some of the stuff and we can't go somewhere, we're okay. We'll be fine here.
Yeah, I see Trevor and Olin. Trevor and Olin live close to us.
Olin comes by all the time bringing packages.
Olin's always in our
Olin
yard.
visits us quite regularly.
He's probably the only person that visits Deep South that much.
He's probably been here as much as anybody has.
More than
anybody has. And spent less time.
And then a quick runner-up would be the mail lady.
Yeah.
But yeah, and Trevor lives not too far from us down here, so I seen they were asking questions.
Guys, I mean, I don't claim to be the smartest person in the world, but I do read the signs. I tie biblical things in with what's going on in the present day world, and I'm able to not necessarily predict what's fixing to happen, but I know what's coming. I just may not know the exact day it's coming. And I know how to get ready for it. And that's the reason now I'm setting our place up here, because we're fixing to go into another massive lockdown here before long. I can tell you it's going to happen. They're going to shut us down. You're either going to have to take a vaccine, or you're going to have to take a pill or some kind, or take a chip or something, and I am not doing none of it.
Yeah, and the more we watch things, he's been we get a lot of emails, y'all. A lot of emails.
Lots
of emails. People send links all over the place.
Oh my word!
And some of them are
some are legitimate and some aren't.
And nobody means anything by it.
No.
But some of them are really old. Some of them are new, and you learn from each one of them. And these old videos, when they're talking about it sounds like it's now, and it was 10, 15, 20 years ago, that's scary. Because these people already had it in their mind that far back. So how far advanced is it now? And so we're setting up things here. Danny and I usually don't care if we go anywhere anyways.
I don't want to go anywhere.
We want it to where we're comfortable enough if we can't go somewhere. Because right now we can still hop in the car and run to town and buy a few groceries, or we can pick up something at the hardware store. Nobody stops you. They let you do what you're going to do. But what if it comes to that eventually, because 3-4 months ago it came to the point that they told you to stay home.
Yep.
And they didn't want you going into town. They wanted you to stay home, stay out of the stores, stay out, So we're gradually buying up things that we need. We're putting things here. We want extra water sources. That's why we're doing the ponds. We're getting it to where if we don't have feed for the animals, we have our paddocks built where they can roam, and we've gotten down to only the chickens and the cows right now. Hoping that's enough, and then we'll fish before if we can get to it. So,
I do not think that the election will be put off. I do not think that there'll have to be. I'm all for absentee voting, because you have to in order to do an absentee voting, you have to give you have to show your driver's license or something like that. I don't mind that. But I'm not for just mailing out voter papers for everybody to vote on and send it back in, because that can get turned into fraud. And believe me, they're going to try to change this up and make it where it tries to be that way. I would rather see everybody have to go to the polls and vote than try to have to do a mail-in, because I think mail-ins would be tampered with too bad. It's just, this is why we're trying to make this our haven here, guys. Let me just show you. I'm going to show you a few things here. Some of y'all who's been with us for a while, you'll know about these things like this here. This is our smokehouse. Wanda and I built this past year because we want to be able to smoke cheese. We want to be able to smoke our bacon, smoke our ham, smoke whatever, turkeys, the chickens, anything like that. Fish. We want to be able to have these things on our homestead here, because it's the way our forefathers survived. If we can't can everything, we may have to smoke it and cure it. We've bought up hundreds of pounds of salt and stuff like that in order to be able to preserve meat if we have to. I mean, it's what our forefathers done. Now, it's
somebody was asking about the GreenStalk. Run all the way toward the end. One of the last pictures is the GreenStalk. There it is. All right, so I want to show you guys. Somebody was asking, this is one of my green stalks. I have some peppers in there, and they're producing quite a few peppers. I've got some little tomatoes that make the little small tomatoes just started in there. But the peppers are going crazy. That's one at the cabin. All right, they're on sale right now. They're on sale for $109 for a 5 tier. But if you use my code, you get them for $99. So the code Deep South, and there's a link in the description for that. But somebody was asking, what do you do with strawberries that are in your GreenStalk in the wintertime? Now, I don't know where you live. I don't have a clue. But what I do, I have a mini greenhouse, which is a less than $100 little plastic greenhouse that a frame, and I put my plastic over it, and my green stalk is in that, and it usually keeps what I have in my green stalk throughout the winter because we don't have really bad hard winters. So it would be up to you either to put it in a place, a garage or something,
Yeah.
or something to protect it, or make your own greenhouse out of plastic, huh?
No, you can make your own out of PVC and plastic.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
That would help keep them throughout the winter.
Walmart, grumpy old man. Walmart, as far as I know, don't sell triple 13.
No.
You can get triple 13. Doesn't have a particular brand name. There's lots of different companies that make triple 13. I don't right off the hand know the names of all of them. Some of them are lawn and garden fertilizers. Tractor Supply probably carries it. I mean, there's a lot of feed stores carry it. But anyway.
Deborah Haynes is saying she's been asked to work the polls. What do you think she should do? Well, my daughter was the same way. She usually works every year. She's worked since she was 18, and she's 30 something now. I'm not going to say exactly, but anyway, she'll get me. She's probably listening. But she told me that she didn't think she was going to work because of the state everything was in. She has small children, and one of them is under a year old. And so she's thinking she's going to stay home now this time with her kids instead of working because you don't know what's going to happen. And she doesn't want to be put in that predicament with small kids to be stuck at a place and some held hostage or whatever. You don't even know what could happen, but any kind of situation could arise. So she's made the choice not to work this time.
Okay. Let's see. Danny, do you think we are headed for a civil war? I think that the powers to be would love to make that happen. I'm not sure that they would ever let it go that far. I believe that they would actually put the National Guard in to stop everything before they ever let it get to that point. I don't think that. And two, I'll tell you, I'll just be 100% honest with you. With the people that I meet when I go to town, the people that I see, most people will just comply. I talk to people even that live around me, people up down, in town, and I talk to them about being chipped or getting a vaccine or talked about, having to wear a mask and all this kind of stuff. Well, if you don't do it, you can't do this or that. And I'm like, so you'll comply? They go, well, I'll have to in order to keep my insurance or whatever. And I'm just blown away. There is no backbone in anybody anymore. Everybody's about insurances. They can't go nowhere. They don't have a job. They'll take their money away from them. They won't be able to pay their bills, so they feel like, well, I have to do it because of these reasons. And there's just nobody that's willing to stand up anymore. Where do we buy salt? That's been asked 2 or 3 different times.
Yeah.
Find a slaughterhouse where they do butchering and contact them and ask them where they get their salt from, because that's what I did. I contacted a slaughterhouse. I have a friend who runs one, and she told me that where she got it from, and you can buy it in 50-pound bags. Really cheap. It's not expensive at all.
I'll say less than $10.
Less than $10 for 50 pounds. Yeah.
I think, if I remember correctly. Now, it might have went up since then. But I mean, we don't know exactly. I don't remember where, but she's the one that told us where. So okay,
Okay, we got lots of stuff here we need to get through, guys.
All right.
I mean, we're gonna give something away here for just, and we're,
Yeah.
I don't know which book are we giving away.
It could be the Old Fart Survival Guide.
Okay, okay. Ron's Old Fart Survival Guide.
Oh, and today's Ron's birthday, guys.
Oh yeah, Ron. It is his birthday today.
So Ron Foster writes survival fiction. Okay, so we had several. I'm almost out, but I've got several books of his that I've been giving away. And so tonight, the way you win a book is to tell me, the first person that can tell me.
All right, moderators, pay attention now.
They don't even know what it is.
They don't even know what it is, but pay attention.
I bet Lippy will get it right
Lippy will probably know what it is right off the bat.
But the first person that says what this is used for, or is going to be
used for. Yeah. Here we go. Okay.
What are we going to be using
this
for?
This is a 5-foot, 1.5 inch steel pole bolted to my deck out over the water. What is this going to be used for?
And you will win a book.
You will win Ron's Old Fart Survival Guide.
All right.
They're about 15 seconds behind us, so let's see here.
Yeah.
Let's give them a few minutes.
They're all saying happy birthday, but they ain't figured it out yet.
They're gonna. Well, they haven't got to them yet.
Okay. We gotta have.
Okay, they're saying it's buffering bad. Okay, one person.
Somebody said a flag.
Nope, not a flag. Oh, it has stopped.
All right. Flagpole, flag light, flag railing. All right.
Okay, Aletha Thornton. Okay.
Aletha Thornton's the only one I'm seeing so far. She's the only one. Well,
she's the only one. Okay. To hold on to.
A canoe. Canopy.
That's funny. Okay, Aletha, you had to write that down or I'll be forgot it.
Aletha Thornton. All right, you want to explain exactly what that's for now?
Okay, Aletha Thornton got it. Okay. Guys, this pole here, I have a feeder coming to feed the fish with. I'll be mounting it to this pole right here. We're going to try a battery-operated one to start with, and if it works out okay for us, I'm going to take the little motor part off of it, and the company has a solar kit that I can get to go with it so that it operates off of solar. So I will, I'll be mounting a solar. It will eventually become a solar fish feeder that mounts to it.
There's all kinds of things, but we are getting a bluebird sign.
Yes.
Bluebird Lake. We are getting a sign that says water is life. Those are coming. I've got them ordered, just not sure when he will have them done. So those will show you. We hadn't showed them even where we're at with the thing yet. So we need to show them.
You need to tell her to send you an email.
Oh, yes, Aletha. Send me an email to deepsouthhomestead@gmail.com. Okay, let's show them what you've been. Oh, well, there's what it's looking like now.
That's how much water we have in it. It has about 5 more foot to come up to be full.
If you see the pink flags, that's where it's got to come up to. We marked it off, and it almost to the grass on the back side, and you can see the pink flags in front of the trees on this side.
Yeah.
That is what Danny's been doing, guys.
That's what I've been doing the last day or two. Is I'm trying to get a roof put over it. We have already got a pole dancing. Is it iodized salt or non-iodized? It's non-iodized, Julie.
Thank you, Julie.
Yeah,
yes,
it is non-iodized.
Yes.
But we have a ceiling fan. I'm going to try to run some electricity out here. We have a ceiling fan that will mount underneath this so that we can sit out on the evening times. And we have a table already for it where we can clean fish eventually. It has a drain system that will run back into the water. We've already picked out our grill system for it and everything.
And the metal comes Monday.
Yeah, Monday the metal comes.
And what else? The signs will be here shortly. We're just trying to get it all. We're making it fancier than it needs to be, but hey, you only live once.
You only live once. And I can't take money to heaven with me. You know, you ever hear the old adage, you never seen a person who died with a U-Haul?
Yeah.
Or a hearse pulling a U-Haul? No.
So we're trying to make this where we enjoy it. Danny and I go out there every night about 7:30 maybe.
Yeah.
And stay a couple of hours, and the wind coming across the water is so cool. It feels nice. Sometimes we have a fan sitting there, and actually we get cold, and I have to make him turn the fan off.
Okay, Olin is asking what fish hatchery we're going to use. Slade's Fish Hatchery, if at all possible.
Yeah, we got to talk to him, but we ain't.
Do we plan to swim in it? No, we don't plan. Well, I might. You know, you don't never know about me. You're liable to see me one day just bail off of that thing in a video and just go for it. You just don't know about me. I don't know about me.
Yeah. Well, the problem is we want it so that we can swim in it if we need to take a bath. It's going to be that type of pond, we hope, if it clears up. Right now, it rained every day, so it's not going to clear up till it quits raining. And we have rain coming maybe tonight or tomorrow. Yesterday was the only day it hasn't rained. So far, it hasn't rained today.
We've had
2 weeks.
In 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks now, we've only had 2 days that it hasn't rained, and that was yesterday and so far today, and it still might rain tonight.
Is it going to turn into another little house? He's already trying to make me give in to screen it in.
I told her, I said, can we just screen this thing in so that we can sit out here at night? I can sleep out here without the bugs eating.
We talked about a
we started to take the swing
bed
down and put a hammock bed in it, where we can just sleep out over the water at night with a screened-in porch, with ceiling fan up above us.
No,
guys, I mean, hey, we got running water going to be put out there. A nice new fancy barbecue grill system going in with a tile countertops. And, I mean.
Yeah, I don't know what this man's mind just.
My mind can design stuff,
Oh. Well, snakes. We need to talk about a snake.
Oh yeah, Miss Wanda had an encounter this week. Some of y'all have already seen this on Facebook or wherever, Instagram or something.
I almost had a heart attack. Me and the snake just don't get along.
Y'all see this right here? Miss Wanda just walked right up on this thing, freaked her out.
He was like, okay, let me show him. He was this far from me.
He was like 3 feet in front of Miss Wanda's face.
I walked and he's right there. Like where this computer is, up above my head, right there. And his little head was up there. And I screamed and ran and he took off. And I hollered at Danny. So you want to tell him what kind of snake now?
This is a corpse whip. We call it. That's what you don't hardly ever see these around. I've only seen 2 since I lived here in the 30 years that I've lived here. But they're probably harmless. But my daddy used to tell me all kind of horror stories about him when he was a kid working in the cotton fields.
All right, Boots and Bounty's son, I think Logan, has sunflowers that are 13 feet tall now. Wow.
All right, yeah.
Yes, go for it, Logan.
Go for it.
That's awesome. Y'all, some of these people have the prettiest sunflower. Mine got to 11 something. It was a little small flower. But the heads of flowers on some of them are awesome. They're like huge.
But guys, this here is what Miss Wanda ran up face to face with. Freaked out. Come out there, screaming and hollering at me. I was in here trying to. Well, I don't know what I was doing. Was I trying to take a nap?
I don't know what you was doing, but you got up.
I had to get up, put my shoes on, go out and find this thing, and then I shot him with my rifle and took him out.
All right, Angie said she and Russell sent a vintage ball blue canning book to keep a lookout for it. Okay, we will.
We will.
It'll probably be at the.
I love the fact that it's a vintage one though. That's the key.
We have in the 90s
We have some back in the 90s, yeah.
But I like looking at old canon books. But y'all, let me tell you something about canon.
No,
now.
that's somebody's asking. Is that 2 snakes? No, that's only 1 snake. Miss Wanda just didn't get the whole snake in the picture. The thing's like 6 foot long.
It starts out black at the head and comes around, and its tail curls up like this. And when he's wiggling, it looks like it's gonna whip you. And that's what scared me when he went to move, and the tail was whipping back and forth. And so I've heard the stories, just like Danny has, of these snakes that will whip you. And so that's what freaked me out, because it didn't look like a normal snake.
My dad picked a lot of cotton when he was little and young, because they were sharecroppers, and he used to tell me stories about one wrapped around his mama's leg and whipped her one time and all. And I don't know if, like I said in the video when we made it, I don't know if it's true or not. Daddy probably just did it to scare the devil out of me more, knowing my dad. But anyway, you don't scare us. If you scare us, we just take you out.
Yeah. So we ended up with a dead snake, and I have to watch, because it was in an area that he mows. It's not in a growed up craziness or anything, and it wasn't because of the ponds or anything like that. It could have been because we do keep things. Well, it could be because we've done all this.
We've opened up everything. Yeah, we're cleaning up a lot of stuff around here, and he could have just been in something. I don't know.
Because we're steadily cleaning everything up. If it's been here for very long, Danny's moving it.
Yeah.
Rearranging it. We're steadily getting rid of some things. He's a collector. He collects stuff.
I collect everything.
And
I see a need in my mind. I see a need for everything.
He said, but if we put it over here in this pile, we might need it one day.
Yeah.
And usually we do.
Okay, here we go. Let's take a look at another picture here. Let's see. This is the 2 greenhouses. You got trees all in the way of them, but.
Well, I know, but it's also showing.
It's a picture
the pond
from across the pond.
Yeah, the pond should come up almost to those trees, and then the water would be all across there. Then you're going to have. Right now we have beans and
butter beans and sugar cane,
and then the
greenhouses is in behind it there. Okay. And this is, I'm guessing this is a picture.
Of the cane and beans.
This is a picture of the cane and Miss Wanda's butter beans with weeds in them.
They're not in them. They're on the side of them. The beans are reasonably clean.
Okay, if you say, I'm going to take your word for it now.
Y'all, there's so many blooms on these beans. It's crazy. Now, we've got a lot of water, and butter beans don't like that much water. So whether they produce well or not, the potential's there.
Yeah.
But potential don't feed my stomach,
Right.
But that's just what it is. We got more.
Oh, we got more.
Pineapple.
Hang on. Give me time to get there. Give me time to get there. Give me time to get there.
Y'all, we're growing a pineapple in
what we're doing tonight, the reason we're showing you all these pictures is we're creating a haven here. This is a place we don't want to leave. If they lock us down here and tell us we can't go nowhere because we don't comply to something, we want it to be okay. We want to be able to have everything here that we need to be sustainable.
At least to enjoy
so that we don't want to be miserable being at our own house.
Pineapple.
Give me time. I'm getting there.
This is the pineapple we're growing outside.
Yes.
That thing is huge. It's already about 8 to 10 inches tall. And then the top part is probably 1.5 feet tall. It's huge. And then we have a little one started in the greenhouse. And this one has a little one on the side.
This one has a baby on the side of it. They say you can take that baby off and plant it and have a pineapple real quick.
You might try that. We just hadn't had time to.
Lantana said both their dogs were bitten by cottonmouth last week. Oh, man. See, that's what we're worried about. That's why we try to keep everything as clean as possible, because I have found a few moccasins. When my neighbor cleaned up his snake-infested pond here beside me, a lot of those snakes started running. They killed a lot of them, but the snakes came over to our place, and we actually killed several moccasins the week that they cleaned the pond up.
Yeah. Somebody said, how long does a pineapple take? Now, our first pineapples took 3 years.
Took 3 years on the first one. Some of them take 2 years, some of them 3 years. It just depends on how well you fertilize them and how much heat you give them.
And I think soil has a lot to do with it.
Yep.
We put the pineapples 2 years ago on the hugel bed, and so I think they were reaching down into that good soil, and that's the first pineapple we got. And
this one's on the hugel bed.
This one is on the hugel bed, and the one in the greenhouse has the perfect environment, so it's working.
Okay. Love Note says they grow pineapples too. That's good to see. What is this here? This is
that's my sunflower.
Okay, that's
some 11. I forgot how many inches.
It's
2
like
or 3 inches.
11. Let's see here. 11 foot. Look like 2 inches or something like that.
Yeah. So mine didn't get very big as far as the flower,
right?
But they got tall. So those were called the autumn beauties. They're supposed to get 4 to 6 feet tall. They got 11. I thought that was pretty awesome.
Yes. How long does it take to grow a pineapple baby? 2 to 4 years is all we know.
Yeah, we started ours off tops we got in town.
Yeah, we bought pineapples, cut the tops off of them. I fixed them like I have a video about how you do a top.
Yeah.
We planted it. Those came up, and this is our second or third generation of pineapples from Deep South Homestead.
Second,
I believe.
Yeah, we took that top and started. So, yeah. And then I'm not sure if that's the one with the pineapple on it or not. I keep a sign that Daryl and Sherry from Two Family gave me that says Deep South Homestead in the Deep South Homestead pineapple. And the only way I know for sure is if Danny doesn't move my sign.
Christina, it's not really worth it to save hybrid seeds because you don't know which parent plant they're going to come back as, and they may not even have a good taste.
But if that's all you have and you...
Danny, I have a 120-pound young adult bear on the back of my property. Would you harvest it or let it go? It depends on if I like to eat bear and I wanted to bear rug and if it was legal. If it was legal, I probably would harvest it if I like to eat them. I ate bear personally. It's a little grainy, but I didn't have a problem with it. I've always wanted a bear skin rug, so I never did get a chance to go hunt them. I had license one time, but just never got a chance to go. Okay, what are these images here? Oh, look at this. Look at the grandpa pigs.
Now, I harvested quite a few of these last week, and then with all the rain, they started busting, and we lost probably 10 or 12 to the rain. But these things are awesome. These are the figs that you have to peel. They're big, and you don't want to eat that skin. It's tough.
Right, the skin on these are tough.
So I peeled them.
But now these pigs get like 2 inches in diameter.
They get pretty good size.
They're huge.
But they had gotten to the point to just start ripening when the rains were coming the last few days, steady every day, and it caused them to bust. So we lost a few of them to that. Because they weren't ripe. They just started growing too fast.
Yeah, they just started growing too fast, yeah. Let's see here. This is the front garden. This is butter peas.
And those are Danny's sunflowers. They're probably about, 8 foot, maybe?
Mine, yeah, they're 8 or 10 feet tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even measure mine. I didn't even really join in.
He just got interested in ponds and the sunflowers went by the wayside.
Sunflowers just went by the wayside.
So, but the butter peas are loaded, and again, they're loaded with blooms. I've done picked twice or 3 times. Maybe 3 times.
3 times I think they've been picked.
Yeah. And so they're doing really well. But again, with the rains, they may not pollinate as well for a few days till the rains stop.
But anyway, this is seeds, butter peas from seeds that we've saved off of our own homestead here. We were hoping this year to have plenty of them to be able to sell, and we may still sell a few, but it depends. We're trying to gather up our seeds to get ready for fall to know whether or not we're going to have seeds to sell, and if we do, how many we'll have to go up on our Etsy store, because so many people have been telling us they're looking for seeds. And this is Miss Wanda's Mississippi cream.
And the popcorn.
And a few little stalks of popcorn. I will say this, if any of you guys are interested in the Mississippi cream peas, start watching our Etsy store, because I think this coming week, possibly this coming week, we're going to start putting some Mississippi cream peas, field peas now, up on our Etsy store for those that are interested in Mississippi cream field peas.
Yeah. It's just that I got to have time to get them counted out, or somebody's got to count them out.
It'll probably be me. All of our new little bags will be coming in to package them in. We got to figure out what kind of envelopes we got to ship them in, how much that's going to cost, all this kind of stuff, before we actually, you know. Do your butter peas have an actual name? Yeah, butter peas. That's what they are.
They're called speckled
butter peas.
And we were hoping to be able to have some of those seeds, but I don't know if we don't have enough of those.
We have some we could sell, but we don't have a lot. So that's the reason you have to.
It'll be very limited.
You have to watch the Etsy store, and when they go up, it's just a first come, first serve. Whoever gets them just gets them.
Yeah. So, thank you, Prepper. He said we have a really awesome channel. Guys, we've been trying to put up things that will make a difference to y'all. I got a email. I get emails every day, but I'll get good emails. Emails from people that are telling me they watched something on our channel that helped them do something, whether it was canning or something Danny did, something he talked about. That makes me feel good. That to know that you guys appreciate our channel, that you get something out of it, you know, whether it's either
oh Lord, look at
that's
that. Okay. I'm playing with the computer while she's talking.
But you know, y'all are making me feel good. And I've got letters from so many of you. I get emails. People are always sending things, and y'all, thank you. That's all I can say.
Yeah. Okay. I hit the button too early. Okay, spoiler alert. Okay. Do we sell your vegetables to individuals at all? No, we don't really.
No.
Now we may, if someone's really close to us and they're good friends, you know, we might sell a few to them, but
or give them some,
or something.
Whatever.
Y'all have any freezers in Mississippi? What kind of question is that?
There's no freezers anywhere. They can't get a freezer.
Oh, okay, I understand. Well,
we have freezers.
We have freezers, but I'm not selling my freezers. At first, I was talking like there were any freezers in Mississippi. I'm like, what kind of question is that? You know, but
no, to buy. Probably no.
Somebody told me the other day you could check Lowe's, and Lowe's had some in, but I don't know.
They didn't about 3 months ago, but now I don't know about now.
Jesus says, are butter peas the same as dried butter beans we used to buy at the store? No. No, they're not the same thing.
If you've ever eaten a speckled butter bean, they're like that, but yet they're fat like a pea.
What is PNW?
Do what? I don't know.
You think I can grow sugarcane in a greenhouse in PNW?
I don't know what that is either. Pacific
Northwest.
Maybe.
Yeah, you probably could in the Pacific Northwest, because y'all have like Zone 8 up there a lot of times.
It's close to what we are.
Yeah, it rains forever.
And then what about sugar cane in containers? Now,
yes, you can grow sugar cane in containers.
Not Paul. Jamie and Mark, Red Duchess Farms, grew it in containers in greenhouses.
Yeah.
And they're in what state?
Illinois.
Illinois, that's it. Okay.
Yeah. Took me a minute. I'm reading some of these comments. Grumpy Old Man says, Wanda, do you have a recipe for some chicken and dumplings in your book?
I think so, but I don't remember. Hold on. Y'all, this is my new cookbook. I guess I ought to give one away. I ain't never even give one away to nobody on one of these.
Jeanette says they've been trying to buy a freezer. So, yeah, lots of people are. It isn't... RB says they taste like pintos. Really, they do. I guess you might say they really do.
Well, let me put it this way. I have chicken and rice, chicken pot pie, chicken spaghetti, chicken stuffed bell peppers.
But no chicken and dumplings.
I could have swore I put that in there. Oh, I know where it might be that I didn't. Reason I didn't. My ebook for holiday recipes.
Ah, your ebook.
My ebook on Etsy for holiday recipes has it, but I didn't even realize it wasn't in here. See, after I finished the cookbook, people let me know there's a lot of recipes I missed.
Okay.
I forgot.
Okay, here we go before we run out of time. This is a blueberry. This is the dwarf blueberry that is in our greenhouse. It's just now starting to put on blueberries. I mean, of course, I can't say just now. We've been eating blueberries off of it since spring.
We ate some, yeah, a while back.
But it keeps blooming, and it keeps making berries in the greenhouse. That's one thing about these greenhouses that we're learning. Stuff just keeps producing in there. It doesn't produce and stop.
It just keeps
It's like
going.
living in a tropical rainforest. It just keeps going.
All right. Do we have a cane press? Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. We have a sugarcane press.
We make our own sugarcane. We have a sugarcane playlist.
Yeah.
Syrup playlist that shows you from beginning to end how to plant sugarcane, how to take care of it, how to chop it down, running it through, making syrup, cooking syrup, the whole 9 yards. We do it all.
Somebody will say, how do you guys maintain all this yourselves? You can by teaching a workshop and be making money too. I have taught my whole life, and I don't mind teaching on YouTube, but my teaching years are fast fading away because I realize that they're fixing to lock us down, and I'm trying to get our place in order. That's why we don't put up videos as fast as we used to.
I try, but it's just not happening. I don't make dumplings for Danny. Somebody asked. I make them for me.
Yeah, right.
And I make dumplings. I've tried the gluten-free dumplings, and they're just really not that good. Not at all.
Country Homestead Preacher says they're saving their Red Ripper seeds from seeds that they got last year from us. Red Rippers are like, they grow like crazy.
One thing I want to mention when we're talking about time management. Most people do not get how to maintain a homestead because, number one, they don't get out of bed very early. That's a biggie. We get up, we eat our breakfast, and we're ready to go. We don't spend time here doing a whole lot in the house. We get up, we eat, and we're out the door.
I'm out the door by 6 to 6, no later than 6:30. I'm out the door.
And Danny and I usually do everything together. If we're picking, both of us are picking. If we're doing, working on a project, both of us are doing it. Here lately, we have so much going on till we're having to split. He'll go out and work on the, that's why there's no videos on a lot of stuff. Yeah. He goes out and works on the pier. I'm canning, or I'm picking beans, or I'm shelling while he's doing something. We are having to split right now. Yeah. And we do as much work as we can. When we get tired, we take breaks. We sit down. Y'all, we take a break around 9 o'clock.
Around 9 o'clock, I'm going to sit in that swing on that pier.
We usually take a break somewhere. Before the pier, we were sitting in here in the house or on the swing or on the deck, the cabin. Yeah. We have places that we can rest. We rest a little while, we start again. If it's too hot outside, we do things inside. Or he works on the cabin. He has many projects over there. We pull weeds early in the morning. We do not get out in the heat of the day trying to do things.
We don't pick our vegetables in the heat of the day. We don't pull weeds in the heat of the day. We pick before the sun comes up. We do not pick after the sun goes down in the heat of the day. We only pick in the mornings.
And the other thing is mowing and all that. I love to mow, and I will mow some. But he's got to where with the new zero turn, he likes it. He can get on it, and he can mow our yard in, what, an hour?
I can mow the whole place in an hour.
He can do it in an hour. I mean, the whole place. Now, that's not weed eating.
It used to take hours on a regular,
like 4 to 5 hours.
4 to 5 hours on a regular lawnmower, but I can do it in probably a little over an hour on a zero turn.
So the zero turn saved hours of work, and it gets up closer. There's not as much weed eating. We got one of the newer battery operated weed eaters that don't weigh a whole lot, that we can just run through and do some of the weed eating.
The battery runs down about the time we run down.
Yeah. And we're learning now how to turn things like the greenhouse. We're not going to be using the fields as much, and we're going to be putting things in the fields that won't need our attention. Yeah. We're
going to be turning more fields back into pasture.
Yeah. And we've got our animals. We have had at one time, we've had rabbits and we've had turkeys and chickens and what else? We've had pigs, sheep, goats, the cows,
turkeys.
turkey. We've had everything. But we found out on our homestead at our age, we're either going to have to do our vegetables or animals. We can't do both with a lot of them. The cows aren't much maintenance. The chickens aren't much maintenance. So we can handle that. A whole bunch of animals that you got to constantly be doing something to, that just takes too much time. And my time's better spent somewhere else. So
yeah. I'm trying to remember some of these questions that's been asked. Somebody asked a question about saving seeds from tomatoes. Does it matter on the big beefsteak tomatoes? Does it matter if you save the seeds from a real big tomato, or can they just be a regular tomato?
Yeah.
Will it have any effects on it? I always try to pick the biggest and the best that I can, because I feel like there's a genetic trait with that I probably try to want to pass on to the others. Lots of people say, "Oh, I just want to eat the big one." Well, I'm just the opposite. I'll eat the small one, and I let the big stuff go to seeds.
I'm getting tickled at Lou. She says she's having the best pepper plant ever. She's pushing her plants.
Hey,
go for it, Lou.
Go for it, girl. Okay, let me look at some more of these images here. Okay, this is Miss Wanda's harvesting her asparagus.
Y'all, this is August 1st. I am harvesting asparagus outside and in the greenhouse. Usually I do not get asparagus except in the spring. So this is crazy. I don't know if this is going to be a new thing, whatever. This bed's what, 5 years old?
Yeah, that one's probably closer to 5 years old.
And I'm harvesting some nice asparagus out of both the greenhouse and the yard. So I think that's pretty awesome.
JS, I would start out with chickens as fast as I could. And I would try to let them, if it's new land, I'd let them free range as much as I could. But watch out for wild animals now. Marshall Farms, jambalaya okra will get tough if you let it get very long. You got to keep your eyes on that one, because it'll get tough fast.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What do we got here?
That's just an overall picture from the cabin looking back out across toward the house.
Okay, that's just a view of the lake from the other side.
Yeah.
Okay, looking at the back side for the. All right, I'm just going through. I don't even know what pictures she's got. I'm just looking at them. Love the drone Wanda was using this week. God bless y'all. Thank you, Terry.
Actually, Naked Hog, Wes and Angie were here, and they, Wes went out and did the drone shots for me, and I just used a couple little clips from something he did. So they are actually the one that, or he is, that did that. So we want to thank him. And I did put in the second video, I put in the description a link to his channel. The first video I forgot and didn't do that, but the second one I did, so there's a link there.
Okay, what do we got? What is that?
That is what we had for supper. That's my potato lasagna.
Oh, potato lasagna. Why? If you should have stretched it out where it looked.
It wouldn't stretch. I had issues with the picture I took. Don't ask me. Anyway, tonight I made potato lasagna. I'm loving my new Pampered Chef stuff, y'all. I have a slicer that slices those potatoes like potato chip thin, real thin. I laid those in there. I took some of our salsa, dolloped it on there real light, poured cheese on it, added more potatoes, just layered it like you would lasagna. Cooked it. What'd you think?
Well, it was really good. I think it's really good. I think that, it takes a little longer to cook it because the potatoes lay close together. Yeah. And it's kind of like making them solid again if you don't space them out a little.
So next time I'll probably take and parboil my potatoes maybe 3 minutes and then layer them, because I had to cook it an extra 10 minutes or so to get the potatoes a little more done. But a potato lasagna, it was awesome.
Grumpy Old Man, I don't think I have a video on vegetables that grow in the winter that don't need pollinators. I had videos about broccoli and cabbage and stuff like that, but I don't have a particular video.
Lisa Fulton said they are not liking the jambalaya either. We grew that one year, but like you said,
we got it this year, but you got to pick it.
You got to pick it real little.
Real little, or it will get tough.
Because one of the things you brought in wasn't this tall, and it was tough.
I know, yeah.
I remember that.
My
yeah.
favorite, I'll be honest with you, our neighbors, Freedom Makers and them over here, grew some this year, but my favorite is Star of David okra. That is the best frying okra
It is for frying.
you will ever come across. I'm telling you.
The pods are this big
They
around,
get
but they
real
only
big, but they
like
stay
this
very
tall.
short. You can't let them. Don't leave them on there. When they start growing, you better get them off. But them things make some of the best frying okra you'll ever have.
All right, Susan's want to know about jalapenos. The best thing to do, if you don't have freezer space, you've got a couple of choices. You can dehydrate them and vacuum pack them.
You can make paprika out of them.
Yeah, you can dehydrate them and do that, or you could put them in vinegar and make like jalapeno pickles. A lot of people like them that way. You can take them out once you want it and put them into a recipe.
Mm-hmm.
But you just do them like I don't know what the recipe is exactly. I'd have to look it up. But putting them in a jar, pouring the vinegar and maybe a touch of sugar mixed and hot, pouring it over it and letting it sit for a week or two, it would pickle them. And then you can use them or eat them or add them to recipes, whatever you wanted. There's another way I did mine last year. The jalapenos, I put them in a food processor and just I didn't puree them down, but I just chopped them up in small, fine pieces, and they take up less room because I put them in a Ziploc bag, one quart, and you can just break off a piece and use it that way.
Let's see here. Do we have any watermelons or other melons on the place here? We didn't plant any watermelons this year. It's no reason why. We just didn't do it. We just run out of space.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
What does pepper jelly taste like? Is it spicy? It all depends on how you make it.
It's according to who makes it.
Yep.
Usually it has a tang of hot. What I've eaten is sweet with a hot taste. It is great on crackers. You can put a little bit of cream cheese and crackers and put that on it. It's perfect. You just sit there and eat it all day. It's one of those you can't put down.
Yeah, we're not growing any watermelons or anything like that, any cantaloupes this year. We just didn't get to it, you know.
If you're dehydrating your jalapenos, does it burn the eyes and nose while
okay,
it's running?
let me tell you about this. You can dehydrate peppers and it doesn't give you any problems. What gives you problems is if you go to try to grind it after you've dehydrated it into a powder.
Do not breathe
it, and you don't do it in your house. You will regret it. Promise you. I've been there, done that.
Yeah, you don't want to do that, and you want to when you go to grind it, you don't want to open it up and it just go all over where you can't breathe it.
You can't breathe it.
And touching it.
Oh my gosh.
And the other thing is your dehydrator.
Yep.
I dehydrated mine last year, and then I turned around and dehydrated some apples for Danny.
Oh my gosh. She gave me one of them apple slices. Look, it's been a year since you dehydrated.
Yeah, and they're still hot.
And I took that apple and put it in my mouth, and I mean, it lit me up. And I said, what kind of apples are these? And
I happen to remember that I did so you've got to I don't know what you have to do to get the jalapeno off your dehydrator, but
it got me, though, that's for sure.
Yeah, so.
Okay.
We got anything else, or are we done?
Do y'all have enough okra, Mr. Danny? Yes, we have plenty of okra. We have lots of canned okra. I'm still picking okra every day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Wanda and I eat fresh okra probably twice.
Today.
Yeah, we had it today. We probably eat it, what, 3 times a week now? 2 to 3 times a week?
Yeah. We had boiled and fried okra today. Sometimes I do both. Sometimes I do one.
With dehydration, do you have to have a dehydrator? Well,
you have to have a wet. You can do it.
You can do it in the oven.
It has to be on.
Or you can do it out.
Setting.
You can do it outside in the sun, but you just gotta watch insects and stuff like that.
Moisture, according to where you're at. We have a lot of humidity. To dry anything outside in the sun is, especially right now with the rain and humidity we're having, would be impossible. If you live in a climate that has no humidity, then you could put it outside. I would suggest cheesecloth or something over it to keep the bugs off of it. But it can be done. You can do it in the oven. on the absolute lowest
Some people
setting
do it on
ever.
the dash of their vehicles.
Yeah, people have done it in their vehicles because it gets too hot.
Okay, your friend says, what are your thoughts on freeze drying and food preservation that way? Freeze dried foods are okay. Some of them taste good. Some of them
I've
taste
got a
nasty.
video on coming up on Crazy Days, probably Monday, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. It's according to when I can upload. Talking about my Patriot Supply. I just ordered from them a beef stew, and I ordered coffee, and I ordered pineapple. My Patriot Supply is something that we're affiliated with, and I'm trying their foods before I just 100% tell you go get it.
Right.
Right now, I ordered that as our stash because we do have a lot of canned stuff, but I do want some freeze-dried stuff in case. So a little here and there. I tried Thrive Life. I did not like it, and we are not cooking this food every day.
No.
This is stored up if we have to. It's eatable. Edible. What's the word? Edible.
Edible.
It's something that we could do.
Ashton says, Danny, what is your opinion on the mystery China seeds in the mail? Well, and it's just an opinion. Take it for that. But my thoughts on that is, what it is it's just setting things up for the government to eventually ban the sale of seeds from small businesses and stuff like that, individuals like us, so that they can have only large companies sell seeds, probably be GMO seeds. You'll probably have to be state certified, have a state license. I mean, everything will have to be certified in order to be able to do anything. You probably will not be able to save your own seeds eventually. They will probably make that illegal and say that you can only buy seeds from a specified company that has been, set aside by the government.
There's 2 or 3 okra questions. One is the canned okra. Now, I have a video up on how to can okra, and it's super easy. Anybody can do it. It does fry. I saw one lady said that it fried better. The cornmeal sticks to it better. I like frying with it. It does. It just fries up so much better. Then somebody was asking about, is there a way to boil okra without it being slimy? You just have to slightly boil it, not over boil.
And you can't overcook it. Raw okra is better in a lot of ways than cooked okra is.
So if you boiled it, if you set your timer maybe, and not had it on a high boil but medium, and I don't know, maybe 5 to 7 minutes, as opposed to just putting it in something and letting it boil, because sometimes I let ours boil too long.
Yeah.
And it is very
it busts
slimy.
all open and everything.
If you'll boil it just to get it softer instead of falling apart, you might like it better. Freeze-dried ice cream is nasty. I don't know if I'd like that one either.
I don't know. I never tried freeze-dried ice cream.
But
I've tried fried ice cream.
I'm trying some of the freeze-dried things from my Patriot Supply, and just to make sure that it's something, because we are an affiliate because of the Alexa Pure. We like our water purification system that we have at the cabin, and so I told them when we first started working with them that I didn't know about the freeze-dried foods, but now I've tried several, and so far I've been pleased with what I've tried. It's not been yucky tasting. They actually taste okay.
Do we think they'll make it easy to illegal to seed swap? That's how tons. Yes, eventually it will all come down to that. Mark Krager said his dad passed away. Please pray for them. We're way past our time here, guys. We're fixing to have to jump off of here.
Yes.
People,
pray for Mark. Yeah.
Yeah, guys, we're fixing to have to jump off. It's getting late. A lot of y'all, it's already past 10 o'clock for y'all on the East Coast.
Yeah.
I don't want to keep y'all up too late. Still got Jennifer and Donnie and them in here. I hate to hold my moderators too long. I heard soaking vinegar helps with okra. Anyone ever tried?
That's the way I preserve.
That's the way
it.
Wanda. I was going to say that's the way you preserve yours.
In my jars, I have a mixture of water and some vinegar and salt in it, and you boil it in it for a few minutes and then put it in your jars and seal them. That preserves it just fine. And I don't notice a vinegar taste. Now, some people do. Some people say they don't like that touch of vinegar's taste, but once you fry it and salt it, I don't really notice it. Have you had much of a...
If you just eat too much boiled okra, you can't keep your socks up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, okra is one of those things that we like. And somebody said that you could put it in what is it?
Gumbo.
Gumbo. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking jumbo.
Okra goes in gumbo. It's a natural thickener. It kind of takes the place of the sassafras leaves.
Another thing you can do with okra, you can dry it, grind it up, and it is filet.
It's filet. You can use it as filet.
As a thickener.
Just like sassafras leaves. Okay. Then anyway, we're going to say a prayer. Everybody, we've enjoyed being on here with you tonight. We've enjoyed spending time with you. I hope we've been able to answer some of the questions for tonight.
And we hope that your home is a haven for you.
Yes.
Because you shouldn't feel like you need to go somewhere. You should have your place ready. If they shut everything down, that you're okay to stay home and enjoy it. And hopefully we'll still have the internet and we can at least visit this way.
We can visit on the internet. I mean, guys, tonight I'm wearing a row by row shirt from Hoss Tool. I have a Hoss Tool hat on. Hoss Tool has been very good to us. We love their seed company. We love their products. We try to buy as much stuff from them as we possibly can. So we want to give a shout out to Hoss Tool.
Even though
Travis
they want a little time to grow
even though
sunflowers a little bigger.
Even though they pushed for a little time on the sunflowers, we'll still
forgive them.
We're very forgiving people. You know, we understand that, you know, you just need a little extra time. So not everybody grows like we grow.
Yeah.
They haven't quite learned how to push plants yet.
Travis is getting there.
He's getting there. Okay, guys, we got to say a prayer. We got to get out of here tonight. Father, we're so thankful that you've been good to us. You've given us a good chat tonight. Lord, we pray that tonight we've been able to be a blessing to others, and Lord, help out with some of their questions. And Father, we're always excited to hear from them because there's times they say things that just kind of sparks things in our minds and helps us to maybe lead us in a particular direction, Father, and say, hey, maybe we need to look at doing this or look at doing that. And that's why we enjoy these times where we can get together and just sit down and chat and talk and listen and learn. And all these things are beneficial for us, Father, during these uncertain times that we live in. And I pray tonight for Mark and the loss of his father, Lord. I pray that you'll help them to be able to fill that absence in their life and be able to realize that one day, Father, one day we'll all meet again. And I look so forward to being able to sit down by that river and to carry on a conversation with the people that's in the chat here tonight and say, you know what, I'm finally getting to meet you face to face, but it's in the glory land way, and there's no more sickness, there's no more sin, there's no more death. Lord, it's just everything. We grow a garden there, it'll grow and it'll produce abundantly. We don't have to worry about insects, diseases, or anything. We'll be able to just enjoy life to its fullest, Father. Thank you for that promise in Scripture that you give us. And go with the ones here tonight, Lord, that may not be feeling well. Those that are looking for homesteads, we pray that you'll help them to find their forever place. Lord, I pray that everyone here who is in their forever place, that it can become a haven for them, like we're turning our place into here for us. Our place is quickly becoming a resort-looking area, Lord. It's because that is the desire of our hearts, is to create a place like that. And Lord, a place where we can be comfortable and we can have the amenities of life that we need now. Continue to bless us, Lord, that we might be able to bless others. And Father, we just love you. We appreciate all you do for us. We ask that you do forgive us now and ask that you go with us, and whatever our hands touch, may it prosper this week. We ask these things in thy name. Amen.
Okay, so I've got one thing I do need to say before I forget.
Okay.
On my cookbooks, the first cookbooks I sent off, I've had 4 or 5 ladies send me messages they did not get theirs, and I've tracked the numbers. They're sitting in the Atlanta post office for a month.
Yeah, we can't do anything about that.
So I've contacted everybody. If anybody else has not gotten theirs and you don't have your tracking number, please contact me, because I have everybody's names and tracking numbers by them. For whatever reason, Atlanta has a huge box of somebody's books sitting there. I don't know why, but for a month. So far, I think most everybody has gotten theirs, but there's 2 or 3 that just, for whatever reason.
We have learned that the postal services here, that we've talked to the postmasters here, and they've told us even in our own state here, Jackson, Mississippi, they have a shortage of postal workers, and mail is just piled up to the ceilings.
Yeah.
They cannot get to all of it, and I can only imagine Atlanta.
Yeah.
And Atlanta seems to be where all the people's cookbooks are hung up at.
Yeah, I got several there. So it is, I mean, I shipped everything out, and I'll continue to ship out and try to get them to you, but I can't do much about the post office. But if you don't have your tracking numbers, or you've lost it or whatever, shoot me an email at deepsouthhomestead@gmail.com, and we'll track it and see where it's at, because there's nothing I can do about those sometimes. We just have to work around that. But it's going to get worse.
Yeah, according to the postal workers.
Yeah.
It's going to get a lot worse.
So, guys, we love you guys, and we appreciate y'all stopping by, being a good audience, having fun, keeping us going through the chat. And Aletha,
thank you for the questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Aletha Thornton, if you're still in here, make sure you send Ms. Wanda an email with your address. And please, people, get your addresses right. We get so many addresses for Wanda's cookbooks that are not right.
Yeah, I need to address something else. Kathy Taylor said she ordered a sweet potato book. Is it an ebook or a hardback one? Okay, on the site, a lot of people get really confused about this. There is a hardback book and an ebook of sweet potatoes. You have to pay attention, because I put ebook at the beginning. It says ebook sweet potato. If it has the word ebook, you have to download it. I have to send people messages all the time, because they do not see that it says ebook and understand what an ebook is. It will say hard copy if it is a hardback book, hand copy.
Yeah.
It'll say hard copy. So I don't know on your order. You would have to go back to what you ordered. If it has a little button that says download, hit download, and it'll download to your computer. Yeah. If not, you should be getting your book. Like I said, I put them in the mail. I can't tell you when you're going to get them. Usually people get them with 3 to 5 days. Now it could be 3 to 5 weeks or longer.
Or longer. Yeah.
My daughter told me, I sent out a card to my granddaughter on her birthday, the day before, I think, her birthday. She got it 3 weeks later. And she lives less than an hour away.
Less than an hour from us. It took 3 weeks for it to get there.
Yeah, 3 weeks. I could have just went and took it to her.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, we got to get off of here and go take care of some things before we actually retire for the night. So once again, thank you guys. We love and appreciate every one of you for being in our live stream tonight. I hope that we've been a blessing to y'all, because you sure have been a blessing to us. Thank you guys from Deep South Homestead.